Warning, the show may contain some crude humor and mild swearing. Listener discretion is advised. This show is produced by Geek Happy Network, constantly curious about the things we love. If you enjoyed listening to Smörgåsbord, remember to subscribe to the show on Spotify, YouTube, or on your favorite podcast app. Remember to leave a review. We would love to hear your thoughts. This is Smörgåsbord!
Welcome to Smörgåsbord, a show where we explore the rituals, myths, and all things strange about the world of food. I'm Mick, and here is my co-host,
Angel. I don't know why I just did that.
And today we welcome back Kat. Welcome back, Kat.
Hi,
Hello.
How's life?
We're wearing athleisure, Nick. We're wearing athleisure and we're not working out. That's how life is.
This is us. Life.
Life.
Let's just put a big period
It's
on it.
sunny out.
It's true.
It's beautiful out.
And that is how it's going.
You know what my favorite thing is? It's like not dark till 10 now. I love it. I love it.
I actually feel like I'm awake. I mean, most of the time, sometimes I don't, but
We were just talking about how sleepy we were today.
Yeah.
I've been awake the past few days, but I think Thursday, I literally did not get out of bed. So, not today.
Maybe your
It's not
circadian
happening.
rhythm is like much longer than a normal person.
It could be. Could be.
Yeah, all right. What are we talking about today?
Well, today we're going to talk about the feast of all feasts, a Wazwan.
A what?
Wazwan.
A Wazwan.
Yeah.
I was one?
It's a multi-course dish in Kashmir, which could have as many as 36 dishes. In this
Like,
meal.
are these
courses?
big?
Sorry, 36
Yeah, like
courses.
big courses, or like, you know, when you go to like a really expensive restaurant and they give you like literal pebbles and you're like,
No.
yes, that was $200.
It's
They
just
give
like
you
going into like a Chinese restaurant and getting the 10-course meal thing.
I've never done that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done that either. I usually just order what I want.
Okay. It's a whole lot of food, essentially. I feel like if any of us take this Wazwan, we're probably going to spend all Thursday in bed too.
Oh, I would
Is
like
it
to experience
36
that.
courses per person, or is it 36 courses that you bring and everyone shares?
It's 36 courses served to everybody, to each person. Or
Oh
I guess
my
to
God.
everybody, yeah. Yeah, so that's what we're covering today. This is so insane because I've never heard of a 36-course meal.
Do you have to? Do they allow you a vomitorium break in the
Yeah.
middle?
No,
I need to
but
know.
we'll find out later that you actually have to, there's no waste when you go through a Wazwan.
Oh,
You have to eat everything.
Yeah.
or they will
At some point you have to eat it.
execute you.
No.
Can you like pack it up for later?
Yes,
You know?
you can.
Okay.
Thank
So you can
goodness.
pack it up, you know, freeze it if you need to. Have it for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah,
Midnight
totally.
snack.
Yeah, if
That's
it lasts
good,
for
that's
that
good.
long, for sure. But before we get into the Wazwan, I figured we'd cover Kashmir a little bit because I actually didn't know what Kashmir was. I've just heard this word so many times. It's not Kashmir, the clothing type. It's
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Visualizing.
it's spelled differently. It's Kashmir. It's a small
Oh.
region between the borders of India, Pakistan, and China. Yeah, it's located actually by the Himalayas in the northern side. So as we have Kat back, it's actually kind of perfect because we're doing another thing about the Himalayas.
Woohoo!
From yaks to Wazwan.
Yaks to Wazwan.
Yeah.
Now, do they have
We're just
yak
focused in there.
in one of these courses?
I am sure
Oh.
they have not yaks though. But I'm sure they have
Not
yaks in Kashmir. Etymology of Kashmir itself is a little bit contested. The root though seems to originate from Sanskrit. Its meaning and word though is kind of unsure. One word that I enjoyed was that the word Kashmir translates to the places where people go, or the places where you'd want to go.
Hmm,
Um,
interesting.
In life?
Yeah, but the history is a little bit contested. I can't quite figure out where the word itself came from, even though it seems to come from Sanskrit. It seems to be different forms of Sanskrit that exist, so you don't really know which form of Sanskrit this word came from. What's even more contentious about Kashmir is its history of occupation. But unlike most of our coverage, which covers a lot of European colonialism, this is actually a lot of contention between India and Pakistan. So this is where I remember hearing the word Kashmir. You hear Kashmir a lot in global news about the war between India and Pakistan over the land of Kashmir. Today, Kashmir is
I have heard
mostly, it's super. When I realize it, I'm like, oh, that's probably where I heard that.
They're
from.
not fighting over a sweater.
No, they are
Okay.
not. Today, the half of Kashmir is under India, over a third is under Pakistan, and the newly entered person, China, is now also involved with all of this, where the rest of Kashmir is under China. The history roots all the way back in the 40s, though, after India and Pakistan gained its independence from Britain. At this time, Kashmir was an independent region, but chose to join India to get protection from invasion from Pakistan, as one of the history suggests what happened. But yeah, so that happened, and then there's a bunch of war, land was settled. It's still super complex and highly contested now. From what I understand it, China wanted a piece of the land as well because it provided better access from certain parts of China to enter India or Tibet. So this also then brought involvement of China, who apparently just built a road without India's knowledge, and when they found out, it was a little too late.
Oh boy.
Wow. Well then.
Yeah. So until now, it's a big fight. I think recently, with the latest leadership from India, there were some freedoms or stuff that Kashmir used to benefit from under Indian control, and now they kind of lost that. The separation also leads in the difference of people, though. So you could see quite a diverse group of different types of people in Kashmir, although it's mostly Muslim in the areas under Pakistan and mostly Buddhist under the areas controlled by India. There's also differences in language, so people can speak anything from Hindi, Punjabi, Dorgi, Urdu, Kashmiri, Balti, or Lakadi in this area. And I'm assuming that's just because there's so many different involvements from both India and Pakistan here. But the one thing that can be found in all of Kashmir seems to be the Wazwan.
The food.
Yeah.
The important
Come
thing.
together over the food.
Exactly. We are a food podcast. Our podcast about food, after all, not a podcast about politics.
About not
That.
food.
We just sprinkle it in.
Yeah.
We'll have tiny microdose. A microdose.
It's good to know a little bit about the world.
Are we
Simply-
gonna ask what we're eating?
Oh yeah. What are we before we get into this food, what are we eating lately? Kat, what have you been eating as of our last time we've seen you?
Today I ate out for the first time in 3 months because I was terrified of catching COVID from someone. And I had A&W.
That's
But
your
it was
first.
good. I had a Beyond Meat burger.
Those are
and it was
actually great.
Yeah.
It
love
was
them.
so delicious.
I love them.
I have acid reflux, so I forgot how bad French fries hurt me.
I thought potatoes are like the most tame of things that people could eat.
I don't know if
but
maybe it
not
was
for
the
you.
oil in the French fries. It's
Right.
just French fries. Like I eat potatoes almost every day, but not in French fry form.
Right. Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure
it
what
hurts
was
a little.
going on there. Maybe it was the burger because I like ate it in 2 bites.
You're too excited.
I was really excited.
Dang.
I also got my mom to buy me some Ben and Jerry's.
Oh
Today.
yes.
Heck yeah.
So I know what I'm eating later.
Nice.
It's called
What
Ben and Jerry's
flavor?
ice cream.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
flavor?
know. Didn't check. She got 4 pints for me.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm
Spoiled.
excited to see which ones.
That is quite the gift. Nice.
That's.
I don't think they have my favorite Ben and Jerry's in Canada. Americone
What's it?
Dream.
What's your favorite?
Americone Dream.
Ooh, that sounds
Oh
good.
yeah. Okay.
It's the Colbert one.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Is that the one with
So good.
cherries or no?
It's
no, I think that's Cherry Garcia.
yeah.
Oh, right. That
So
makes sense.
Americone. Wait,
Yeah.
let me look up Stephen Colbert's Americone Dream. It has Stephen Colbert in it. No, just kidding.
Nice.
It's a little bit of Stephen Colbert.
Colbert. Oh, okay. So it has fudge covered waffle cone bits, caramel
Okay, I'm already
swirls.
in.
Yeah, caramel swirls, and then it's good. Trust me.
It sounds good, yeah.
It's great.
As soon as the waffle cone was in, I was like, I'm ready. I'm gonna go
yeah.
get some.
Yeah, that's my
Let me
go-to.
Nice.
So I haven't had Ben and Jerry's in a while. Oh, can't drive across the border right now.
I know. Not yet.
Not just for
you
ice
can
cream.
fly though.
Oh,
can
you
fly.
can. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I know they've been like saying the border's closed, but you actually can fly.
Oh.
No.
Right.
And I'm like,
Not
gonna
that you're
stay in my little bubble
Yeah.
right now.
Probably good. Probably good.
I'll wait for my Americone ice cream.
I'll bring one back to you. You might have to refreeze it.
Thank you.
I'll put it in a bag.
Goes everywhere in your suitcase.
But yeah, so
yeah.
speaking of lots of food, Wazwan is itself a massive meal consisting of around 36 dishes and often served in events such as weddings, family gatherings, or celebrations. I guess the closest similarity I could put in my head is it's like Boodle Fight in the Philippines, which is just a massive buffet of food.
Oh,
But
love
the
it.
way it is served, Wazwan is served a little bit differently because it does come in dishes rather than just a massive pile of food in the table. It seems in the Kashmiri people, it's a big part of their culture. It's very exquisite, and in itself, it's also seen as a tasty form of art, I guess. It's one way to look at it. The word itself, Wazwan, is a literal translation from the Kashmiri language, which seems to translate to the cooking shop. Was
The
cooking shop, wan meaning shop.
Cooking shop.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to cuisine in Kashmir, this seems to be the highest form of it. It's so fancy that only dedicated professionals called the WazThirty-Six supervise the creation of this meal. So I guess you could think of them as like the head chef. They do have a group of other chefs who cook with them, because obviously 36 dishes cooked by one person is a little bit of
Insane.
Yeah. I don't know how you could do that.
yeah, and
I
kitchens
can't
there
even
are
boil
often-
eggs. Just
I know.
saying.
I feel
Yeah.
you.
And like kitchens there aren't even super fancy, right? Like they don't have some KitchenAid or some, I don't know,
Some bling,
Machines
some-
to make everything.
machines to make it. Yeah, most of it is just really just a bunch of copper cauldrons cooked under wooden bricks.
Wow.
That's how you know it's good.
yeah.
But these WazThirty-Six are such a big deal that people can actually change the dates of their events depending on the availability of these chefs. So if you want to get
Well-
married on the 13th but find out the chef you want is not free, you will move that wedding,
Oh,
Wow.
which
I
is
mean,
insane.
I would.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, food's the most important thing.
exactly.
For real.
Imagine like going to a wedding where there's no food. I'd be like, why are
no,
we
Get
even
me
here?
out of here.
leave.
I'm
I'd leave.
leaving.
You thought
I'd
we
be
were
like,
here
"Oh,
for your
congrats."
marriage?
It's like, congrats on your
People
marriage. I
don't-
don't care.
Yeah.
I would object while I was there. If there was no food, I'd be like, I'm gonna ruin this. No, I'm hungry.
It's like we stopped inviting Kat to wedding because every time she's in a wedding, she just objects and asks what the food is.
Objection. What are we eating tonight? All right, carry on. Or I call this wedding
Yeah,
off.
exactly. But yeah, so how
So
exactly?
invite me to your weddings.
I so want to go to a wedding. I'm supposed to go to one in October, and I don't know if that's happening because,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm supposed to go to one in December in Australia.
Ooh.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so mad because,
Meh.
like, I've been saying, I want to go to a wedding. I want to go to a wedding. And then
You get
no
invited
one
to
ever got married until now. And now
Yep.
I can't go.
Find somebody who's getting married and we'll befriend them and we'll ask them to invite us.
yeah. We could also just
Please.
fake a
Ask
wedding.
to be invited. We could fake a wedding.
Oh my God. Then I can practice photographing.
Yeah, we'll just have
for
like
my portfolio.
wedding banquets happening. Who's getting married?
Okay.
We're just. Gonna
I don't know.
This week it's gonna be
Spin a wheel.
We're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna, yeah.
Anyway, so when it comes to Wazwan, then how exactly does it work? Well, it seems to be pretty straightforward. You just sit down in tables. Generally, apparently, it's about tables of 4. And then before eating, a basin called a tashtinair is passed around for attendees to wash their hands. It's a little bit ritualistic, but I think a big reason as well as why they wash their hands is there are no utensils in Kashmir when people eat in Kashmir. It's a very eat with your hands kind of culture, which I highly support.
I enjoy that. I didn't think I was going to, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and for anyone who's skeptical about eating with your hands, there are some studies that do show that you do enjoy the food that you eat more if you eat with your hands instead of utensils. But we're not
I-
scientists, so I can't say that's pure fact.
the food I have eaten with my hands I've always enjoyed. So
Yeah, you get extra flavors from your fingers and all that.
yeah.
Seems to be better after gardening as well. Just go straight to eating with your hands. Why not?
Why not?
Then after you wash your hands, a large plate of copper called the teremi is served to each table. Now, this large plate of copper contains a massive amount of food to begin with. And it's not, I don't think it's their appetizer, but for simplicity's sake, let's just think of it as, I guess, their appetizer. This master dish is just filled with rice and meat all ready to start. There's sauces like yogurt and chutney that are also served in little earthen pots for you in the table. The meat in here will already include things like kebabs, maz, which is fenugreek, cooked with lamb ribs, mutton intestines, chicken dishes, and then also a couple of the first few dishes are also served with this. So you start your meal with just so much food already. After all of this, the main courses arrive. As much as 20 different dishes and as little as 77 dishes are passed around by the junior cooks, which are called the waza. Each dish in itself are different. You could have sweet, spicy, pungent, you name it. There's going to be deep fried, roasted,
pungent.
Steamed. You got it. Yeah. Dishes also seem to be lidded with a cloche or a sarpoche, I guess to keep the heat and the flavor. So when you open it, it's like Kinder Surprise, but for adults.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't know. I really like Kinder Surprise for kids.
I know, I do too. What toy am I going to get?
After you get all these different dishes, the end of the main courses is marked by serving of the gushtaba, which is a big-ass meatball curry dish made out of mutton, heavily spiced with spices like cardamom, ginger, cloves, fennel, turmeric, cinnamon, and so forth.
Yum.
It's a pretty big meatball dish, yeah. Saucy meatballs.
Saucy meatballs.
Saucy meatballs.
Yeah. And then after that come the desserts, which are, I think, in plural form. Not just one dessert. And these desserts can vary from hot dishes in the winter to cold dishes in the summer. From what I found when I was researching this, there seems to be an order by which you eat the food. As we suggest here, gushtaba seems to be the ending dish. Pretty common. So gushtaba is the sign that dessert is coming.
Best sign.
Yeah. Time for some fun facts about Wazwan. Wazwan is a music style in Kashmir often sung during weddings. I guess you could classify that as traditional music. Each platter is said to have as much as 13 pounds of meat in it. And I think here I am talking more about
each platter?
Yeah, the teremi dish, the appetizer.
Oh, okay.
Like dish.
Yeah.
But
that's still multiple platters, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
13 pounds of
yeah, they said that one teremi is for 4 people, is I think what they usually say.
I feel like it should be for like 6.
13 pounds of meat for 4 people. What math is that?
That's 3 pounds each.
It's a good
And that's
kind.
just the appetizer.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. I actually can't. I remember one time going to this barbecue place and getting like the big platter, and there were 3 of us, and I literally had like meat pains, like pain in my sides from eating that much food, and it was not 13 pounds. So I don't know how these people do that.
Oh, we can't hang. Obviously,
I'm weak. Yeah. I'm weak. Power to them. I would be. Yeah, I would be shamed. I'm sorry, you guys.
I mean, it might be a good thing that we could bring Kat to these things, because then it's more meat for us.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Like I can eat a lot, but I get
not
pain.
14 pounds.
Not 14 pounds.
Not 13 pounds.
Although if it's dessert, probably like 12 pounds
14 pounds.
Dessert. Yeah. Let's be real. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys eat the meat. I'll eat the dessert.
Yeah.
We gotta pace
type
ourselves.
1 diabetic.
This is teamwork, man.
This
is teamwork.
Well, there will be no waste.
We need to play to our strengths.
Yeah.
We do.
True. I guess that means rice just ends up with me.
Damn. I like rice. I'll eat rice.
Yeah. When it comes to consuming all of this, it does take about 2 hours usually for this whole meal to conclude, which makes sense, I guess.
It's huge.
Only 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume this sounds like an all-day affair.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd assume that people wouldn't eat everything, because like we said, there is no waste here, but take home is required. So everyone takes everything else home.
You gotta remember to not.
I feel like I probably wouldn't eat all day before I went to this too.
Yeah, probably.
Or the day before.
I'd be really hungry.
Yeah.
Or the day before that.
Yeah. I mean, the way I think about all of this with the take-home stuff is I guess this is their wedding gift.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
So
Appreciate.
you just got to be smart and show up with the biggest Tupperware.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like multiple containers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like one for me, one for my tub. One for me, one for my tub.
I just have this little wagon of Tupperware. There.
Yeah. You could show up in like those really big wide gowns. So you could shove all the Tupperwares under your dress.
Yes.
It's not what it looks
Like
like.
the old Elizabethan kind of Pride and Prejudice style dresses.
Yeah.
You mean a
Like the-
culotte?
Yeah. Sure.
We can go for some Wazwan
You know,
culottes.
like this, like even bigger.
Even bigger. The biggest culottes
Yeah.
you've ever seen.
Biggest cool lot.
You could put a corset on and have attachments for like different
Yeah.
Tupperwares
It's like
inside.
a tool belt.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And as we find with almost every episode nowadays, when we look at the history of the Wazwan, it is again very contested. When even looking at the etymology of the dishes, it's hard to tell where the style of cooking or presentation of food came from. So, for example, the history of this meal seems to say some people suggest that the history of the meal comes from Iran, but while some dishes share some similarity with Iranian cuisine, the manner of which the meal is served isn't really quite close to how Iranians serve food, apparently. But the opposite can also be said about the theory that it said that roots from Central Asia, where the manner of serving can be similar to Central Asian serving, but the food that they get is rather different. So maybe a possible solution is it's just a mixture of these two worlds. A more interesting theory I found stipulates that the idea of the Wazwan came from barber shops.
What?
Yeah, so apparently Wazwan is a common meal during weddings, right? So it's believed that barbers back then used to play a role as matchmakers in Kashmir. So someone seems to suggest that the idea of barbers already playing matchmakers probably wanted to expand and also help set up the food for the weddings that they matched up with. It's a rather strange theory, and it's really hard to find any proof for it, but I mean, it's not like this is the strangest kind of history we've ever found. Could have happened.
True.
In the end, though, we're just happy that this kind of meal came to be. What likely probably happened is just one little thing happening after another, and then something like this happens. But yeah, so I kind of want to spend the rest of the episode talking about the dishes that you get in Wazwan. So we did talk about some of them already, like the gushtaba, which is the big meatball. When it comes to the cuisine in Kashmir, they're pretty surprisingly meat-based. As usually like lower income or developing countries have very little meat. It seems like in Kashmir it's very heavily meat-based. Very few dishes actually contain vegetables.
Yeah, we don't need that shit.
Yeah.
If one dish has it, we're good.
Yeah. You gotta check off that salad marker.
I was going to say the
Nutrition.
cilantro. The cilantro. So you can just take it off.
Yeah. Yeah, so when it comes to the meat, chicken, mutton, and lamb are the most common forms of meat they have. And rice pretty much also takes up the diet. So rice and meat. Sounds very Filipino, actually. I wasn't able to find the order of how these dishes were served, but here are some must-haves when it comes to Wazwan. One of it is risa curry, which is meatballs made of lamb's leg served in a sauce that's red in color from Dyer's alkanet, which is a kind of flour.
Yeah.
And spiced with paprika, saffron, and fennel. Another dish is tabak maz, which is another dish that's part of the taremi plate. This is a pan-fried lamb rib spiced and marinated over milk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I do love some milk.
Yeah.
Me too.
One of the more popular ones apparently is Rogan Josh, which is Rogan meaning oil and Josh meaning intense heat. So this one is a lamb dish cooked with mawal or corkscomb flowers. And this flour is indigenous to Kashmir, so I'm assuming this has a quite unique taste that's you don't really find anywhere else. Another dish is Daniwal korma, which is roast lamb in yogurt, onions, and coriander.
I like
Sounds
everything
good.
so far.
I'm getting so
Yeah.
hungry.
I'm hungry right now. I want to go here. I want to eat.
Yeah. Another one is ab gosh, which is lamb cooked in evaporated milk and spiced with fennel and cardamom. It sounds very sweet and spicy at the same
So
time.
it's all very
Yeah.
heavy. Everything's very heavy.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of in the Middle East, so all of the dishes are very curry and saucy, it seems.
And amazing.
Yeah.
So flavorful. Yeah.
Yeah. Another one is a Marchwangan korma, which is dark meat chicken in browned onion sauce.
Okay, I'm ready
Into
to
that.
eat right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So these are like
Anything
apparently the
onion,
must-haves. These are
chicken?
the must-haves when you do a Wazwan.
That's definitely a must-have.
I have a feeling all the not must-haves are still must-haves.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rest of them still sound super good. So one of them, these are the other dishes you could have here. One is lahabi kebab, which is lamb skewers flavored with ginger, garlic, and garam masala. Garam masala.
And that's not on the must-have?
No, there are kebabs apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is rigged. That's a must-have.
It seems like
There's only one list when it comes to this.
yeah. When it comes to the tash taner, not the tash taner, so the taremi, the large appetizer plate, there are usually kebabs in it. I guess just this style of kebab is varies.
I heard kebab, I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, kebabs, any kind of kebab in there.
Yeah. So this one has
But-
ginger, garlic, garam masala, which is a spice blend, usually with cardamom, cumin, nutmeg, cinnamon, and etc. I actually have my own garam masala blend, and I love cooking that with skewers. Another one is dudha ras, which is lamb curry stewed in sweet milk. It seems like they like sweet and spicy combined.
It's a good combo.
Mm.
So
Agreed. There's safed kokur, which is half chicken cooked in cashews, poppy seeds, and coriander leaves.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Muji chitin, which is chutney using radish and yogurt. So as we mentioned, there is a lot of chutneys and yogurt served to accompany a lot of these dishes. And here comes the not so fun part, the vegetarian dishes. There is waza palak, which is rare vegetarian dish with spinach. I'm assuming it's similar to palak paneer, which is also a spinach dish in India. Yakhni, which is sometimes vegetarian. They use lotus stems cooked with, or they either use lotus stems or mutton meat. It's a curry with yogurt spiced with fennel and cardamom. So as there are like 36 different dishes, this is just a few of what you could have in a Wazwan. When it comes to desserts, some desserts.
Oh yes.
I've
I'm
only found a
waiting.
couple. One of them is perini, which is a milk pudding that uses rice or semolina to thicken.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds
Yum.
good. Another one is shufta, which is just nuts simmered in honey and saffron.
Yeah,
That
okay, I
sounds
like
really
that.
So a lot of the desserts seem to be revolved around nuts or pudding-based meals, but this is the only two I could find. To end the meal as well, you could have what they call kava, which is their tea. This is a green tea of sorts that they have that they usually flavor with almonds or cardamom. It's also a very popular
Ooh.
drink amongst the Kashmiri population. So yeah, that's pretty much Wazwan. I'm ready to go eat.
It's not fair that we don't have that here.
Yeah.
Is anyone getting married
No.
soon?
No, I'm in a different country from significant other, so that's not happening.
Ah!
Well,
I'm sorry. Sorry.
I guess that's the next episode is we just go on a hunt for someone getting married.
Anybody, whoever's getting married, let us know. We'll plan
So
your
we can
wedding for
crash.
next fall, and
We'll be there.
we'll eat it. Yeah. And we're gonna put together the food menu.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For you, like
Yeah.
we're offering free wedding planning services.
Yeah, essentially.
We'll hype up your wedding like there is no other better wedding.
We
'Cause
will
there won't
hire
be.
the caterers,
This will yeah,
We will.
and I'll do the photos.
yeah, true.
So it's gonna be the best wedding ever. Like,
Yeah.
get on this.
People
Get on this, people.
Yeah.
Don't miss out.
They will remember.
serious.
This is like a once in a lifetime deal
Yeah.
that you'll get.
We're not
Unless you get married
scientists.
twice, then you get two.
We're as much wedding planners as we are scientists.
We can make it work. We can make it work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make it work. And as we do with every episode, we ask the two questions of whether it's healthy or good.
Yes.
I would say,
Yes.
sure. I mean, overeating is probably a serious health concern, but
I mean, maybe 13 pounds of meat per plate is
yeah.
slightly concerning.
There's some things to be said about just eating too much meat, but whatever.
It's not an everyday occurrence.
No, it's
If
not.
you only have the meat pains once a year, you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
In moderation. Meat pains in moderation. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you eat Wazwan every day.
No.
When it comes to is it good, I'm sure our reactions.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Have you not heard us groaning this whole time?
Every
Going,
word involved was good.
Oh.
Yeah, at some point of the episode, we're just trying to rush through this just so we could start eating.
So we could go eat.
Like we're hungry now.
But yeah, so that's Wazwan.
And now
Delicious.
we're all gonna go feed ourselves.
Yeah.
And cry ourselves to sleep that we don't have
Yeah.
Wazwan.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna cry more because I know you have ice cream and I don't.
Yeah. Not fair.
No, I'm stoked. I'm so excited. I'm like, yay!
Kat has the 4-pint dessert count.
Yeah.
So.
4-pint Ben and Jerry ice cream.
Yeah.
I think I ran
Legends.
out of my Ben and Jerry's quota of my lifetime because my friend used to work there and she used to just throw me pints.
What?
She's all like, we were gonna throw these out anyway, so I packed a pint for you. Here you go. I'm like, yeah, that was
That's
Don't know if that's
amazing.
a company policy, but she no longer works there, so it's all good.
Yeah. Don't sue Ben and Jerry's, please.
No. I mean, I'm sure Ben and Jerry's themselves have done crazier things.
They just
Yeah.
got arrested
Did they?
Oh, did they for
for
Protesting?
protesting.
No.
Yeah.
Aw, bless their hearts.
So I was
They're-
like, you know what? Let's get some Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Bless
You know
them.
what? I'm gonna go buy some Ben and Jerry's to support them.
That will be the only ice cream I will buy now.
Delicious and
Politically
slightly
good.
overpriced, but you know what?
It's for good cause.
For good cause.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah, why not? Anyway, that's it. I want to eat.
Thanks for coming, Kat.
Yeah, thanks for
It
coming
was
again.
fun. Sorry I was late.
That's okay. We'll have you in for another episode. Anyway, we'll just cut this now. I guess.
We'll make some food. I will be terrible at it, but
Yeah.
maybe I'll make some scones and I'll show you guys. And then next time I see you, I'll make you some.
Heck yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is Smörgåsbord. Have a ritual, myth, or something strange you want us to explore? Send us a message through Facebook at Geek Happy Network or email us at team@geekhappynetwork.com. We'd love to hear from our fellow Smorgies. This show was created by Angel Lynn and Mick Narciso, hosted by Angel Lynn and Mick Narciso, edited by Mick Narciso and Bianca Guico, logo and graphics by Angel Lynn, music by Mick Narciso, and videography by Bianca Guico.